As world population grows exponentially, it puts strain on our world's resources. In 1798, Thomas Malthus was made famous for his claim that population would outstrip food supply. Rapid technological advances ensured that the Malthusian dilemma did not become a global reality. However, with these advances in technology also came new challenges, such as uncertainty in future level of resources and environmental changes that have impacted how different technologies play different roles in our lives. We have identified various critical and at the same time uncertain technologies, including renewable and sustainable energies, advanced communication technologies such as 3D optical storage, quantum computing, and biotechnology such as personalized medicine and exoskeletons. The central question facing us today is, how will these game-changer technologies develop and affect society towards 2030? To answer our central question, we implemented Shell's scenario planning methodology, considering two basic scenarios, transformative and protectionist. Today we are faced with three hard truths that will guide the world through a period of transition over the next 20 years. The population will continue to grow rapidly, with most of it being in underdeveloped and emerging countries, the equivalence of adding another China to the planet. Increase in population will mean an increased demand for energy, thus higher stress on the environment. Energy needs are estimated to double in the next 20 years, bringing a devastating increase in carbon emissions. Substantially growing population and energy demand are going to highlight resource scarcity at water, food, and commodity levels. Currently, 1.5 billion people do not have access to fresh water. The majority of energy is based on limited resources, such as oil and minerals. In a protectionist scenario, the individualistic character of world policies will enforce clustering rather than global technology development, as seen today. Technologies will be developed by individual countries or by clusters of countries, meeting the local demand and needs. Short-term impact and state agendas will get an increased weight over long-term sustainability. Countries will follow more individualistic policies. Tensions between nations will rise, making national defense and pride issues of top priority. Technologies linked to defense will receive higher investments and will be developed at a faster pace. Technologies that increase computing power or strength and durability of defense equipment, like quantum computing and nanomaterials, would develop rapidly as a result of increased defense budgets. Some of the typical energy and health technologies, like powered exoskeletons and wearable robots, will also be used to develop new defense equipment. In the long run, we will see these defense technologies being adapted for the use, at least in a starting point, in development of communication, health, and energy technologies. Health and energy-related technologies would develop under the local context and will potentially be unsustainable technologies in the long term. Since technologies are developed and adapted to local needs, we see a faster diffusion of the solutions in the society at large. In a transformative scenario, we see a high level of global collaboration. Technologies aimed at improving the general state of living and welfare will be developed jointly between countries. A high degree of collaboration globally will lead to common frameworks, standards, and integrated solutions which will positively affect the communication, health, and energy technology groups. Long-term sustainable technologies, especially ones linked to increasing the welfare of society, would receive higher investments. Developments in health technologies, particularly in nanoparticles, will lead to better healthcare and adaptable medication. These technologies will also assist in the development of energy technologies, like advances in nanomaterials, and we would see the building of bigger wind power structures with higher output power, or making photovoltaics more efficient. In this scenario, we see diffusion of technologies taking longer due to the pace of development of global standard frameworks and resistance to implementation of global solutions in emerging countries. As the world's uncertainties change to current realities, We will see how our decisions of today unfold and define the technologies we will develop. We realize that these extremes are defined by our decisions and the variables that are yet to be determined. But they serve to give us a window into what many paths we have to choose from in getting us to the future goal of increasing sustainability and higher social welfare. How will these game-changer technologies develop and affect society towards 2030? To answer this question, we looked at two scenarios, two plausible variations of the future. Despite their differences, the scenarios share some common characteristics. Both scenarios recognize that the global society is facing a period of transition over the next 20 years, in which a set of game-changer technologies will have a vital role. Growing population, resource scarcity, and climate stress will force governments to make some important decisions that will shape this transition. We believe that the transformative scenario is the one that will guide society to a more sustainable future. Collaborating to utilize the appropriate technologies will help alleviate inequality, climate change, and poverty. As individual governments make their choices in the next 20 years, we have the power to guide leaders towards a better world.